Welcome students. Today I will deliver a lecture regarding the phylum Platyhelminthes and its parasitic adaptations. Parasitic adaptations. In the context, I shall explain you about the general characteristics feature of Platyhelminthes. Then I shall explain you about the parasitic adaptations of different species of your Platyhelminthes, specifically based upon the organism like Fasciola hepatica and Taenia solium. Let us come to know about the parasitic mode of life. Then initially I stated about the general characteristic feature of your Fasciola hepatica. You know the parasite. Parasite is a group of organisms generally depends upon the host for their nutrition and other physiological activities. And that group is known as parasites, and generally it depends upon the host for all the respects, and so the organisms are called as parasitic organisms. And generally the organisms which are belonging under the Platyhelminthes, except the planaria, others are generally depends upon the host to sustain. Okay? Let us know about what? About the general characteristic feature of your Platyhelminthes. Platy means flat. Okay? Helminths means worms. They will be called as flat worms. I initially also interpreted you about the characters. Again, for revive your knowledge about the characters of the Platyhelminthes further. And you know, the members of this phylum possesses a space between the body wall and digestive cavity, or called as the coelom, is present, and thus these are acoelomate, triploblastic, and bilaterally symmetrical, and also you know they are the invertebrates. What are the general characters? First of all, you know, mostly the parasites in vertebrates. They will be dependent upon the vertebrate group of organisms. Okay? But your Platyhelminthes generally infected to the vertebrate group of organisms, especially your human being, also other pets like animals, cows, buffaloes, goats, sheep, dogs, etc. And mostly parasites in vertebrates, but a few are remaining in the free living, like your the case of your planaria. And second, the locomotor organs are sent in there, but attachment organs such as the suckers and hooks are also be found. Body covered by the thick protective covering of cuticle. And fourth character, they are the triploblastic body made up of three primary germ layers such as your ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. And symmetry is bilateral, no definite coelom in there. Okay, body organization of tissue organelle organisms, and loose connective tissue called the parenchyma fills the space between the internal organs, and this fulfills the absence of the coelom. Okay, digestive tract is well formed and also branched without anus because it is a parasite. Okay, it is altogether absent in few members. Respiration must be performed as anaerobic manner because they will be remaining within the host. They have no independence for the performing aerobic respiration. So such type of respiration is called as anaerobic. Excluding organs includes the protonephrodia are seen in there. Examples, these are the brain cells. Nervous system is a ladder-like consisting of your ganglia or the nerves. Sense organs in the form of your papillae and also amphids. Okay, and mostly they are monoecious. That means hermaphrodite, bisexual. Both these sexes are present in the same body. Reproductive system is complex with well-developed gonads which may be branched. Fertilization is internal, may be crust or self-minded. Life cycle is complicated, involving one or many larval stages. Development is indirect in there. Your best examples, your Dugesia, D-U-G-E-S-I-A, Dugesia, called as planaria, called as Dugesia. Okay? Sorry, mark here. Dugesia or called as planaria, P-L-A-N-A-R-I-A. The best example is the free living organism. And second one is the liver fluke. Second one is called as liver fluke. L-I-V-E-R, liver fluke, F-L-U-K-E. In English it is called liver fluke, but in geological term it is called as Fasciola hepatica. Fasciola is the generic name. Fasciola. Okay, species name is the hepatica, H-E-P-A-T-I-C-A. And it is another example, that is one Digenea parasite. It depends upon the two hosts. It depends upon the two different hosts. One is invertebrate, called as the animal of the arthropod. Other one is vertebrate, called as the sheep. Okay, that is the liver fluke. L-I-V-E-R, liver fluke, F-L-U-K-E, liver fluke, and also zoologically called as in generic, called as Fasciola, F-A-S-C-I-O-L-A. And third one, also we take another example, that is called as tapeworm, called as tapeworm, T-A-P-E, T-A-P-E, tapeworm, W-O-R-M. That is ribbon shaped animal. Name is the Tenia, called as Tenia. Tenia solium. Tenia, T-A-E-N-I-A, solium, S-O-L-I-U-M, solium. And Tenia is the generic name. This is the third example of your platyhelminthes. Okay? Then you know the phylum platyhelminthes in here and their characters, and you also know what does mean the parasite and parasitic adaptation. Generally, the organisms would be remaining within the host for their nutrition and other activities, and those are called as the parasites. And the adaptation which was generally occurred by them is called as parasitic adaptation. And best example is here your liver fluke, L-I-V-E-R, liver fluke, F-L-U-K-E, which is called as Fasciola hepatica. Okay, first of all I shall explain you about the parasitic adaptation of the Fasciola to you. Okay, then you know about the parasitic adaptation of liver fluke, F-L-U-K-E. Okay, liver fluke. And liver fluke is called as Fasciola hepatica. Liver fluke, F-L-U-K-E fluke, is known as Fasciola. Fasciola hepatica. Okay, Fasciola is the generic name and hepatica is the specific name. Let us know detail about the parasitic adaptations of Fasciola hepatica. Parasitic adaptations of Fasciola hepatica are called as liver fluke. Liver fluke has undergone great modifications, morphological as well as physiological, to suit its existence as an endoparasite in the bile duct of C. S-H-E-E-P. C. In Odia, called as Mendha. Mendha, a vertebrate animal. Okay, and it belongs under the mammalian class, and this parasite will be remain in the liver of the sheep. The sheep liver is generally infected by this parasite. Okay, and that is the final host. The parasite will be depend upon the two hosts. One host is known as snail, S-N-A-I-L. Other host is known as sheep, goat, like the grazing animals. Okay? And snail generally carries to them. They are generally carried out from one place to the another place on the grass surfaces. Okay? And finally, they will be reached at the one grazing animal, any kind of grazing animal, especially sheep generally infected by them. Okay? The liver fluke has undergone great modifications, morphological as well as physiological, to suit its existence as an endoparasite in the bile duct of the sheep. And the parasite, which will be remaining in the outside of the body, that is called as ectoparasite. Called as ectoparasite. If the parasite will be remaining inside the body of the host, that is called as endoparasite. Called as endoparasite. Okay? But your liver fluke is one endoparasite. But your bedbug is one example of your ectoparasite. But our topic is concentrated on the parasitic adaptation of Fasciola hepatica or liver fluke. Okay, let us know detail about them. First of all, outer tegument is thick in case of this parasite, permeable to water but enzyme resistance, and so that parasite is not digested by digestive juices of the host. Second character, locomotory organs are absent as not required by adult. However, free swimming larvae such as Miracidium, larvae named as Miracidium, known as Miracidium. Okay, called as Miracidium and Miracidium, Miracidium, and it is the larval stage. And in there you find the cilia. Okay, cilia must be there, and you find another larva that is called as the Sarcaria, larva. Okay, in there you find the tail is there. Sarcaria larvae generally possesses the tails at the distal part of the body. Okay? Cercaria has the locomotory tail, and Miracidium larva possesses cilia as a locomotory organs. Okay? Then oral sucker, acetabulum, and spines of the body wall of the adult one serves as the organs of attachment of the host body. So what are the fixing organs of this organism? Called as the suckers. Called as the suckers. S-U-C-K-E-R-S. Suckers generally remain in their bodies, which will be fix the body. Okay? That is called as suckers. And sucker is a very interesting feature and very important feature of this animal, which will be generally fixed on the on the surface of the host. Okay, locomotory organs are absent as not required by the adult. However, free swimming larvae such as Miracidium has cilia and Cercaria has a locomotory tail. Okay, and oral sucker is there, and oral sucker remaining at the proximal part of the liver fluke, and you also find the ventral sucker, that is also be called as the acetabulum. Suckers in case of the liver fluke is two types. One is called as oral sucker, S-U-C-K-E-R. Other one is called as ventral sucker, because remaining at the ventral side. The ventral sucker, otherwise called as the what? Called as the your acetabulum. Acetabulum. Okay? Acetabulum is also be called as your ventral sucker. Okay? And after this, and the spines and hooks also be some parasites also possesses as a what? As the attachment organs. Spines, S-P-I-N-E-S. Spines, hooks. Not in case of the your liver fluke, you cannot find the hooks in there. Hooks are not present in there. But some cases you find the spines is also developing there for the attachment. Okay? And these are called the attachment organs of they will be generally helped for the attachment in the host body. Alimentary canal is without anus. There is no anus. Anus is lacking in there. There is no anus. Anus is the generally distal opening of the alimentary canal. It is not seen in the body of the pair, in your liver fluke. That is absent. Okay, alimentary canal is not complete one. Okay, alimentary canal is without anus, as there is no undigested food for digestion. Suctorial pharynx helps in the sucking bile, etc., and much branched intestine serves to distribute the digested foods to all parts of the body. Okay, adult generally lacks the circulatory, respiratory, sensory organs, as they are not needed because they are the parasites. They will be remaining in the host body. No need the circulatory system, no need the respiratory system, no need the sensory organs for their bodies. Okay, nervous system is poorly developed for some regions. However, the free swimming Miracidia has the sensory eye spots. And you know the Miracidium is the singular term, and Miracidia is known as plural term. Miracidia. Miracidia is the plural term, and this is the singular term. Okay, but each Miracidium possesses the eye spot. Eye spot. It is also be considered as the sensory organ. Okay? The free swimming Miracidia has sensory eye spots. Each one bears only one eye spot, and Miracidia are possessing the eye spots as your sensory organs. The free swimming larvae, generally by the help of them, can displace from one place to the another place. Then you know about its respiration. It is remaining within the body of the host, Okay? And due to remaining within the host, the respiratory organs are not well organized in the air. No need also respiratory mechanisms in the air because it can generally sustain by the anaerobic respiration. A respiration generally accomplished by the anaerobic manner. Anaerobic manner. No need oxygen. No need oxygen for the respiration. Okay, because it is one parasitic life. No need the free oxygen to use in the purpose of respiration. That is absent. Okay, respiration is anaerobic as free oxygen is not available. Reproductive system is highly developed. Number of eggs produced in the enormous, about your 2 lakhs eggs per flock. This is necessary to affect the several hazards resulting in the great mortality. Among them, very few are sustained and they can be propagated from one body to the another body by the help of the vector or carrier host like the snail. Resistant egg cells around the zygote and provide the further safety from the unfavorable environmental conditions. Listen again this line. Resistant egg cells around the zygote provide further safety from the unfavorable environmental conditions, and the unfavorable condition that zygote also be sustained due to presence of the one egg cells called as egg cells. Okay, the cells also be generally enclosed to the zygote from the periphery, and within them zygote also remaining in the living state and also be transformed from one place to the another place. And you know the organism is hermaphrodite, and that means monoecious. Both the sexes are present in the same body. That means bisexual. Okay. And in hermaphroditism ensure the self-fertilization even in the absence of the another companion for the copulation. It is necessary for the survival of the species. And in this respects, generally your fasciola performing the parasitic mode of life within the hosts. Thank you all.